Thank you for tuning into Tanaka TV, the best and future biggest fight channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. We're trying to get this channel to over 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and we can do that. I know this channel can easily do that. We're sitting at about 905 subs, but this channel cannot get to that mark without your support. So thank you for those who support this channel, and thank you for those who will support this channel in the future. I truly appreciate it. So this video is going to be kind of twofold, but mostly we're going to talk about Jon Jones and people's thoughts about how he would match up against Alex Pereira. But first, I want to touch on Ryan Garcia getting his dub over the weekend. Now, I think most people did not have Ryan Garcia winning this fight. I think that it was because of the skill matchup and because of his antics that have been going on surrounding this fight. He's been acting very unusual lately, and a lot of people have been chalking it up to maybe drug use, you know, a little bit of drug use and drinking, and him being, you know, around De La Hoya, and there's just been so much going on surrounding this fight, but he did get the win. I think he scored 3 knockdowns in this fight, and I'm just going to be honest, I didn't see it coming. Like, I knew Ryan Garcia had the potential to win this fight, but if I had to put money on it, I would have lost money because I did not have him winning. But he put on a spectacular performance. I think that the biggest takeaway for me is, yes, he won. However, he didn't get the most out of this fight because he missed weight. He was overweight by 3 pounds, people. 3 pounds. That's almost a completely different weight class in boxing. And so when I look at that, it's like, okay, Ryan Garcia, this was your chance to get the title. This was your chance to really solidify a part of your legacy, and this was that moment to do it. And it was the perfect chance, but he couldn't get it done in that facet because he missed weight. We'd be saying, oh, he got the win, spectacular win, scored 3 knockdowns, and he is the new WBC champion. But he couldn't get it done. He couldn't make weight. And to a lot of fighters, I know y'all hear me out on this. Your job is to step in there and to fight and to perform and to entertain. But the biggest part of your career as a fighter is to make weight. That is, in my mind, probably the biggest part of your agenda when it comes to being a fighter, is making weight. There's no excuses. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. A part of you being a performer and being ready is making weight. And I think that's why a lot of people thought he wasn't taking this fight seriously. And that's on top of, like I said, you know, he was drinking a beer on the scale and doing all these different kinds of antics. That's cool. Market the way you want to market. But step in there and make weight. You would be champion right now. That's all I have to say about it. Hats off to Ryan Garcia. He had an outstanding performance. I just wish he made weight. That's all I have to say about that. Now we have to jump into the I wouldn't say it's news, but there's been comparisons to Jon Jones and Alex Pereira and how that fight would go. And for me, it is not a hard fight at all to determine who I think would be the winner. I would give it to Jon Jones. There's a clear-cut advantage that Jon Jones has. And granted, Alex Pereira has a clear-cut advantage. I just don't think that it would be much of a factor if those two were to fight. Jon Jones is one of the best in the UFC at avoiding being in those striking situations with strikers who are dangerous to him. I think the hardest one for him was Alexander Gustafsson. And you saw how that played out. He still put up one hell of a performance. And he was going up against a much bigger Alexander Gustafsson than he would be fighting Alex Pereira. Now that may not come into a huge account because Alex Pereira hits like a Mack truck. This man just, you saw what he just did to Jamal Hill. You saw what he just did. He put that man on a stretcher. You see what he did to Sean Strickland. So I'm not saying that Alexander Gustafsson can't knock out Jon Jones. I'm saying that that is his only facet of beating Jon Jones. Jon Jones, in my mind, would probably just grapple out Alex Pereira. I think that he would dance around a little bit with Alex Pereira. I think that he would end up just getting into this kind of grappling altercation, kind of getting into the clinch game with Alex Pereira, then taking him down, ground and pounding, or getting a submission. I don't think that this would be as competitive as people would like it to be. I would love it. I would love it to be an entertaining bout, and for there to be back and forth, and for there to be just a whole bunch of hoopla going on. I get it. However, we're talking about Jon Jones, the Jon Jones who had a clear sweep against DC, the Jon Jones who had a clear sweep against Alexander Gustafsson, the Jon Jones who has been beating Lyoto Machida. The list truly goes on. Like it's actually insane that people would even, in my mind, think that this would be a competitive bout. So, how would I see that fight going? I wouldn't see it going past 2 rounds. I wouldn't. I think Alex Pereira's way of fighting or winning this fight would definitely be by strikes, but he would have to avoid that very obvious takedown. And I think that when it comes to the grappling game, I think as strikers, you have to be able to dictate when you are being taken down. And I don't think that he could do that against Jon Jones. That's why wrestlers and BJJ guys and judo guys have such a big advantage when it comes to the MMA game, because they can dictate most of the time who is standing and when to be on the ground. And that's why as a striker, you have to have takedown defense. And Alex Pereira's takedown defense is pretty decent. It's gotten better over the years, but it is not on the level of preventing a takedown from Jon Jones. So I would have Jon Jones winning without even thinking deep about it. So this whole conversation about what would happen if Alex Pereira moved up, I don't think it's much of a conversation. I don't think there's really anybody that poses much of a threat to Jon Jones in that heavyweight division. That's my viewpoint on it. So comment down below, people, how you would see that fight going. I think a lot of you would agree. So thank you guys for tuning in. You've just watched the best fight channel on YouTube. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Peace.